very fast. We start with the Kenya Premier League. And not many people know what has been happening in the transfers. And that's why we are here. And that's why you guys are here. You have all the answers. You have all the players. You have all the impact that it will cause. How much money? Now, that's what I doubt. If
when it comes to Kenya,
yes.
It's not certain.
Yes.
We don't know how much money has been spent.
You never talk about money. Because really, even the teams themselves, the contracts, leave alone the money, the contracts that those players sign, you doubt, because how then do players like 16 players get to exit a team if they had contracts?
And then you have you had 18 others.
Thank you.
That only happens in Kenya.
And there are others who are sponsored by other people to go in the name of watching a tournament. As a fan.
I saw that letter, my friend. I saw that letter that please accord this player visa so that they can go and watch the African Cup of Nations. Yes. My friend. And of course there was a casualty. I don't know why. We're talking about the CEO, former CEO FKF. He said he's stepped down, not resigned, but he just stepped down so that investigations can go on. But surely, I saw that letter and I said, I think this one, somebody is going to be vindicated. Because surely, Sam,
it is unacceptable, and especially at his level in the organization, in the federation, that he should be the one upholding the law of the game, not the one to be caught in between their playing games. Yes.
Interesting. Njuguna, we were with you with talking to the team manager Sofapaka.
Yes.
And they're still saying, of course, this was not on the plan, by the way, but we have just to talk about it. He's saying that they have the signature of the plan until 2021.
2021. He's not going anywhere.
But he's already gone. He's in Egypt.
Well, I think what Kalekwa and the management simply want is money.
Pesa.
Give them money. And they will
release the player.
They will release the player.
The question is, he could be in Egypt, but without the ITC.
Oh yeah, the transfer, the international transfer certificate.
Yeah.
But again,
do you think FKF will give it?
If they are the one who are orchestrating the move, they will just give.
They might.
Because who is the check?
Might go to court.
Yeah, who's the check? Maybe Sofapaka will go for court of arbitration of sport. But again, there was another rumor that he had not been paid for 3 months. And if in the contract it says that if you didn't pay a player for 3 months, he's free to move on.
But that's the thing. Kalekwa is not talking about it. He simply says our player has been sold to another club without our consent.
Yes.
But when the discussion about the salary comes up, he's not talking about anything.
Sam.
Yeah.
That could be tricky, but then the question is, he might have, for example, I don't know how those contracts work, but maybe he received some salary or some allowances for that period, maybe winning allowances, maybe winning bonuses had come in. Is that considered as payment? So that the only thing that is spending would be the salary.
Knowing Kalekwa, that definitely is payment.
Okay, I think we'll have to follow up this week so that you know what is happening. But gentlemen, let us dive directly into the now real transfers, not about our player, not our players, our signature, not our signature. Gor Mahia, FC Leopards, Bandari, Wazito, Sofapaka, and the rest. Whom do you think are the biggest movers this transfer window?
It's definitely Wazito.
Sure.
They got everyone.
Wazito, yani from Gor Mahia, Tusker, FC, it's Wazito.
Wazito.
There's no supermarket they have not entered.
Yes.
Everywhere.
And the question everybody's asking, or not many pundits are asking, that where are the players? Where will the players who brought them up to the Kenya Premier League play?
But I would say, like, even internationally, it happens that most of those players who bring the team from championships are usually casualties at the highest level. I think teams feel that those players might not fit into that system again, and maybe they are not at that level to compete in the Premier League.
Is it fair? Is it fair?
Well, I would say maybe when you look at it emotionally, it may not be a fair story. But if you're looking at it from a point of competition, we are here to try and win this league and try and remain up in the Premier League. You might need to sign up new people.
Okay. We'll be talking later about Aston Villa, because same case is happening.
Yeah.
After Manchester United, Aston Villa spent much money in transfer. $40,000 million.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's stick with Kenya Premier League. So Wazito, who are some of the big players that we want to see? I saw some former Gor Mahia players sign for Wazito. Zigimana.
Karim Zigimana. I think that's a big player. And then there is a Ghanaian forward, Owusu.
Yeah, Owusu, formerly from Tusker.
Yes. That's a very experienced player, and then they have some very good youngsters in there. So I think, and actually now speaking of that part of those players who came up with the team, I think their number one keeper has been with Wazito since they were in Division 2, Steve Njuguna. Yes, and I think he's become a very good goalkeeper.
And nobody came for him. I'm surprised because no Kenya Premier League side came for him.
But then, are you going to compete with Don's money?
Yeah, that's another case. Yeah, Don Rico, he'll use some interesting words to tell you that you can't get this player.
Yeah, he has the money, and so they will buy anyone they want. In fact, I was telling my brother over here that Wazito has become another Real Madrid, and they have the same problem Chelsea have.
It's a Galactico.
Yes, they will buy whoever they want. The question is, of all these people they have bought, how are they going to utilize these players? Because there's a bigger problem. Remember what Echesa told us when we went there to interview him. He said that it is one thing to buy players, but it's another thing to merge that
to make them gel
and make them gel.
Actually, for me, once you have very many good players, for me the issue becomes the dressing room, because then you'll have discontent in your dressing room, because there are very good players who will have to sit out matches, and they might not feel contented. They might start thinking, why are you fielding him and not me? But once you have understudies, they might be working hard to be like your first team. So they will be content and they will feel that actually this guy deserves to start ahead of me. But when you have players who feel they should start, then that will bring discontent in the dressing room.
Okay, so it is a wait and see. Wait and see Wazito. So Wazito begins the league against who? Because the first, FC Leopards, we'll be looking at that. FC Leopards begins in Machakos, I think. We'll be looking at that. Yes, but before we look at the first fixtures. From Wazito, Gor Mahia this time lost many players, but are you satisfied that they've brought in same quality or close to the same quality?
I don't think they have the replacements because the exits are huge. Blackberry, Shakava, Kahata.
Yeah, because the latest was I saw it is Tusker getting Blackberry.
Yes.
Kahata is away, gone. Shakava gone. Nkana FC.
Yes.
Tuisenge. Those are 4 big players.
Yes.
And replacements?
They've brought in a guy who played 9 matches last season
in Ghana, somewhere in Ghana.
Actually, he was playing in Mexico. He was playing in Mexico, but he played 9 matches.
9 out of around 38.
Yes, he played 9 matches. Well, he got 2 goals, but really, do you think he brings much fitness? And he's come in a bit late because I think he came in last week.
So they've not even had the pre-season together. So there's not the gelling. But every Gor Mahia fan will just tell you that we have
Gor Mahia,
and this is Gor Mahia, and we have a new coach.
We have a new coach.
Yeah, I don't think it should be about the coach really, because he doesn't get in there to do the business. Once he brings his team to the touchline, that's it.
But
so much you can do after that.
But remaining with Gor Mahia, we've seen Gor Mahia losing big players, and people say now Gor Mahia imeisha. Gor Mahia is done.
Again.
They recover again. Remember Dan Serunkuma went when you had Blackberry when he went the first time, because at that before he went to Tanzania, he was the best player, KPL best player. Then he went to Tanzania. After that they lost Olunga, and still they recovered. And then the last season they lost. This man went to Simba.
Kahata.
Kahata just went recently. Medi Kagere. And people said now Gor Mahia is done. But they came back and they got to Isenge. Isenge did the business for him. They've lost to Isenge now. So do we see will we see Gor Mahia again under Stephen Pallock?
One person we might be overlooking who might be very vital to Gor Mahia this season is Kip Kurui.
Yeah, Kip Kurui. And again, we'll be talking about.
Is he the captain? That's the other question.
You know, guys are talking about Kip Kurui, and he could not even fit in the Chan team.
that is a discussion for another time.
Because Gibson,
he did not
views
fit,
on that.
He did not fit in the Chan team. Not even on. Was it even on the bench?
We have discussed Kip Kurui more than 4 times in this show. I think, to be quite fair and honest, I don't really think this is the year. If Gor are not careful, they may go down. For the simple reason is they have lost a coach. they have lost very big players. The 4 big players we mentioned. If you look at the previous years that they have lost the big players, they have always had a coach constantly there.
Okay, so that's the difference.
That's the difference.
So lost big players and lost plus the coach.
Yes. For me, that is going to be their biggest downfall.
So Stephen Pallock, he has his work cut out.
Well, how far did Asante Kotoko go last season?
They were not even in the last 16 of the Champions League or Confederation Champions League. They were not even in the last 16.
That is what Gor Mahia are after. Yeah, I think they're done with the group stages.
Yeah.
Now they feel that they must play in the next
quarterfinals,
semi-finals. Is he going to get them there? If he couldn't get Asante Kotoko there, and I think Asante Kotoko are well set up. Yes.
Yeah, with the money and all that.
So their concentration is not in the Premier League.
Yeah, no.
That is
done.
Behind them.
Yes.
But they are forgetting that there is Wazito, who have come in and they have bought big players. So it's going to be, however his eyes are fixed, it's going to be a problem because he will have Wazito on one side. Remember, there is Sofapaka also.
Gor Mahia fans are saying Wazito ni basi tu. Ati Wazito hiyo ni basi tu. Ati basi haichezi. The bus will not play. But Don Rico will have very kind words on that. Back to the transfers.
You've lost 5 players. Among them Stephen Waruru.
I think he's
very,
I think he's
Dennis Odhiambo though.
Yeah.
Replacing Dennis Odhiambo might actually be the key thing because that midfield battle. Actually, at the Chan, he was the only, I'd say, player who got maybe a 6 out of 10. Yes, when we played Tanzania.
But they're replacing with about 5 foreign players. And we're asking ourselves,
they are yet to arrive. Have they arrived?
No.
They said they were yet to arrive.
They arrived today. They were to arrive today, but they have not yet. So, or rather, we've not received any communication for them. So, but Echesa was very confident that the team is intact.
They will challenge for the title.
They will challenge for the title.
And remember, mid-season they signed Ronald Lokoth out of retirement.
Yeah,
and I think he's a very good addition
for experience.
Yes, for experience.
Magoti Jakata Bado, when he gets an injury, I'm very afraid that it might take maybe 2-3 months before he recovers. But again, I think
it's also good to see Aswani.
Yeah, and
Aswani, he was quite on form. Not really the Aswani
that was at Thika United.
Yeah, but I think they need more experienced players, especially to help the captain George Maelo because. This is the year that they really need to carry each other.
Yes.
And they need to go back to 2009 when Sofapaka was Sofapaka and just clinch this title again. This is me trying to be wooed by you people.
It's true because the record speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Since we won 2009 the title, if you look at 2010 up to right now, it was like number 4 finish, number 5, number 3, number 2. So we've never been far from the top. So I think this is a season that they should really challenge because if you're getting 5 foreign players, again, I bet. And I think they'll be good players because they really need to sharpen their attack. That is number 1. The midfield is a little bit okay, being led by Asieche. Asieche is going to the defense being marshaled by Maelo and company. So I think this is a season that they'll tell Gor Mahia and company and Wazito that we are also here to challenge for this title. I don't know about FC Leopards.
So far,
FC Leopards, the far I've heard is that they were playing high schools in Western in their pre-season. They beat them 8, they beat them 7.
Any team that was coming out of because the national games were being played in Kisumu.
Yeah.
So any team that was being knocked
eliminated, they play a friendly with them.
But the question is, did they lose to a set of those kids?
No, they won. They were winning some 2-1, some 4-2.
But no, Gibson.
But high schools, you beat a high school 2-1.
You're going to be signing 16 players every season
and releasing 18.
There's not going to be any consistency.
It's true.
You can't be a contender for the title.
The release of Paul Were, it was a 1-year contract. He was told that he will not renew it. But if you look at last season, he was one of the best player. So Gor Mahia, Bandari, Wazito, Leopards, Sofapaka. Anybody else apart Tusker FC?
Nearly, man. Except for that title, that was 2012.
Yes,
that was the last title.
And Matano was the man.
He's back there.
And he's still there.
Yeah, he's still there. They may be. I actually see a very interesting KPL season.
And they got Humphrey Mieno back.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that and I was saying, what were you going to do where you are? And then he's back again. But Humphrey Mieno, I think he's aged.
Well, is it that called experience?
Meshinda.